Is it doing it? Yes. What's happening? Is it doing?
we didn't want to show that particular screen.
But is it good now? Is it showing anything at all? No.
I think, 1 second.
Nah, now it is. Let's go. Let's go.
You just react. I'm just gonna check if any of this works.
Yes.
So just
No, but I want. Where the fuck? Okay, let's go.
I don't want to do this. Let's stream on YouTube. What bad thing happened 10 minutes before it starts?
He started, baby.
Some think there's nothing beyond what is known.
Oh,
Is that right?
But I
yes.
came from nothing.
I think.
I took the opportunity to forge my own destiny. I will make the stars tell me their secrets and bring these planets to their knees when I know everything.
That's so cool.
All the power in creation will be within my grasp.
Edge of Eternities. Dum dum dum. That's all. There's no title music.
It's swirling with color. It's full of battling spaceships. It's star
Here.
nebula far, far
React to what
away.
you want.
It's beautiful.
I mean, there's no cards yet.
To me, I mean, like, as a human being, space is the final frontier, and as a Magic designer, space has always also been the final frontier, because we've never done anything before like this.
It's not like a small place we haven't been before. It's really huge and so unknown.
The Edge of Eternities is really at the edge of the multiverse.
The way that our amazing world-building team has explained this to me is, if you imagine the multiverse like an orange, the edge is the rind. So it's this thin layer on the very outside of the Blind Eternities.
And it's a little peek into a part of Magic's lore that has kind of been known for a long time,
I know
but also
chocolate
has
orange
been
is just
very
not-
unknown, this Blind Eternity space.
We weren't bound by any of the normal restrictions that we often have when we're returning to an old Magic plane that has a specific mechanical identity. Here it's like, we're going to space. We've never been to space before. There is infinity exciting stuff to do.
I mean, you've been in
Not just that
Infinity.
anything
I was going to
out
say it's
there.
called
Kind of that
Infinity.
Everything is.
We're in
There's an
uncharted
Infinity,
territory.
Infinity.
We are expanding what anyone can imagine that Magic the game can be, that Magic the worlds can be.
It's
Whenever
turning into Star
Magic
Realms.
goes
You know,
to a new
the trading
kind of
card.
setting, there's this enormous untapped well of concepts
Well,
that
I'm
we've
here
never
for the
done before that we
cars.
get to do for the first
Well,
time.
What it means
spaceships.
to have planets, what it means to have ships, and kind of creating those things in the language of Magic.
So there is a storyline happening, while a lot of stuff is also happening in the background. So the main storyline follows Sammy and their crew of
Okay,
misfits.
that was
And the
terrible
whole
timing.
revolving
Terrible
around
timing.
a void called Sothera.
There is a faction of monks who worship this black hole and are
Monks.
trying to feed it and eventually have it consume the entire universe.
The super void at the center, as well as 5 planets. And each of those 5 planets are aligned to a different color of mana in Magic. And all of those 5 planets sort of express their identity through what that color is about.
And that's something that we really wanted to do with Edge of Eternities, was to really get the sense of this large scale, like space opera. We wanted it to
Okay.
feel vast.
We get to tap into our vision of outer space, right? Like, physics doesn't apply to Magic.
Planets don't necessarily have to be round. You have planets here that have like turned into like corkscrew shapes, or some of them have like holes through the center of them, or blasted into bits, but they're still keeping their shape in orbit.
In a science fantasy set like this, scale is such an important thing.
Space is big, so we kind of let loose with the numbers a little bit, found ways to get double-digit numbers onto cards.
Maybe even bigger than Emrakul the Aeon's Torn, but I'm not
I'm
gonna
sorry.
Sorry, can I read?
When we go to a new place, we want to connect to Magic.
We decided to put a lot of lands in this set to really give players a chance to like have the full experience on the table in their battlefield with this new setting.
I was really excited when I started to work on the set to see that Tezzeret, our old friend, the evil artificer, was in the file. It's such a perfect setting for him.
Yeah,
was
so
the first
Tezzeret's
card
here.
out.
Tezzeret got a little bit of a facelift. He's looking pretty badass.
Another great way that we connect Magic and the Edge of Eternities is through creature types, right? Kavu are returning, for fans of Kavu out there. Slivers, of course. I know there's so many fans of Slivers, Eldrazi.
Oh,
These creatures that you've seen on Dominaria and the other planes of Magic, but now we've brought them to the Edge of Eternities.
One of my favorite cards in
Why
Magic is
Kavu?
Tarmogoyf. Now that I was working on the space set, I could live my reality of Tarmogoyf, space, Cosmogoyf.
And that just, really captures this feel of, hey, we are in outer space now.
Oh, but it's exile
All
cards.
right, what is
I learned
outer space version
Cosmogoyf.
of a Lurgoyf?
Recommended action run.
Trying to design Edge of Eternities, I always knew that I
Well,
wanted the
in exile, because you
large
really
common
warp, you
flyer to
exile.
be
So if
Yeah.
you warp something, you
whale.
get something cool.
They're in so many different kinds of media, and I always find it so silly, it's so awesome at the same time.
Look, it's a flying whale. That's really cool.
There are
Very, very
so many
cool.
named characters and so many named factions and so many different kinds of ships and different kinds of planets, and it really gives you this sense that you're living
Let's
in
go
a
ships.
universe that is more massive than you could have ever imagined.
Well, the
I
5
have
color
not
ships.
seen any of these yet.
All of them. I want to
It'll
see
be
good
awesome.
I love
ones.
the way the space dragons turned out.
Space
Sorry?
dragons.
Weird multiple eyes.
Alert, Cosmogoyf, recommended action, run.
Run.
Well, you just need to open some more packs.
I'm working on it. I'm going slow. I'm savoring it. Exactly.
As someone on the world building team, it's always really exciting to be able to bridge that gap between the world building we've done and the mechanics we see on the card.
When you're saying, hey, we're doing an outer space world, like, of course you're gonna have planets. Of course you're gonna have spacecraft. It's science fantasy at its heart and bringing that to life.
So to me, space is about exploration and being an optimist about what I could see. It's also about the vast amount of distances required to travel.
lands are
The
very
scale,
awesome.
the size, look how big these things are.
They
while
do look
also
big.
having the harsh
Aren't the
reality of space
Infinity
being
ones also like
extremely
that?
unforgiving.
Kind of, yeah. I think
It's
the full
dangerous.
art's like
The
And
full
we
art
have
ones,
4
I mean, yeah.
mechanics in the set that each reflect one of those things.
So station is our mechanic that is kind of representing the
seen
huge
this one?
objects in space.
There are 2 new subtypes in Edge of Eternities. There's spacecraft and planet, and at certain thresholds, that permanent will do special things. If it's a spacecraft, it'll be a big creature, and if it's a planet, it'll unlock an awesome ability.
The mechanic works similar
Which is
to
kinda like a
kind
more
of
permanent
vehicles or
crew.
mounts where you are paying in your
It is.
creature's
But
power at sorcery
you can't
speed
station
to
at
kind of turn them
sorcery
on.
speed.
But
Ah,
unlike
sorcery
those,
speed.
you are
That's us.
gathering counters over time until you reach a threshold and unlock the abilities on the card.
Here's a big, splashy new mechanic that gives you a sense of enormous scale.
You put all this effort into it, but now that power is at your disposal.
But now
It's a really
proliferate is
fun
going to be very
feeling.
important.
Of
in
course,
this.
You need like
with
high
land
power
being such an
creatures,
instrumental
otherwise you'll
part
take your
of
wild
a fun
station.
game,
Imagine
we
putting
wanted
Golta,
something
who is
to
a 12-12
capture, once again,
station.
this feeling of discovery,
Perfect.
right?
Lands are representing
Sure.
the exploration of new places.
dinosaur
which is really
piloting a
core to the
ship.
genre,
I want a
and
Dino Crisis
artifacts are representing
3
technology.
deck,
And the
which
lander
is
really the
dinosaurs in
marriage of those
space.
two things.
Lander
I
is a new
now
token that
have
we're
a-
introducing. All you have to do is pay 2 mana and
Ooh.
sacrifice it. And then you search your library for any
What?
basic land and put it onto the battlefield.
A lander
Kind
token.
of similar to other token
Fetch
mechanics
lands.
that we've done, like clues or treasures. In the set, it ties into landfall
Oh.
as a returning mechanic, and letting you make multiple land drops and really playing with that theme
That's
of
pretty
discovery
cool.
and exploring new stuff.
And then we have the warp mechanic to really evoke how far people have
I
to
know
travel in
Warp.
space at light speed. They show up, they're gone.
They show up
Warp
and they
is a
go.
mechanic that allows you to play the card from your hand for its warp cost, and then you get it temporarily. You have it for this turn only. At the end of turn, it leaves, goes, hangs out in
Yeah.
exile, and then you can
Then
pay the full
returns.
retail version later on. It's
On a
kind
later
of
turn.
a variant on adventure or similar mechanics like that, except here you are
Plot.
playing the same thing.
Although
Plot, yeah.
plot-
And
plot's
so
not
it
going
warps
to the
in,
battlefield.
those will have enter effects,
Cast it
which
for
are
exile,
typically good, and then it
cast it
warps
free
out
later.
for you to cast it later. And then that combos so well with Void because Void is a very straightforward mechanic that says, hey, when things leave, I give you a reward.
Okay then.
Void is a
Oh,
mechanic
okay, yeah,
that
yeah.
cares about things leaving
Leaving,
the battlefield,
yeah.
or if you have warped a card this turn. It checks both of those things, and it's just a pretty clean
goes a bit
upgrade
in
if
the
you
lines
manage
with
to make
Morbid,
your stuff
maybe?
leave the battlefield before you play
Yes,
this
it's
turn.
like
And
Really
dice.
powerful, really
Descent.
straightforward. Makes for some really
Descent,
fun
yeah.
combos. This is
Maybe.
the Edge of
I don't know.
Eternities. This is what Magic means when it's in outer space.
All right, here we go. The ship, the Sarima.
You got the Sarima?
I did it.
It's a red-looking ship.
Did you find when you work with artists on this set that they were like super psyched
What's
for it?
Sirma?
Oh, yes.
Right? Because they hadn't been able to
Show
paint
us
these
the
things with
cards!
magic.
Like way more than usual. We had people reaching out and being like, I want to be on the space set.
Yeah.
A lot of our artist pool doesn't normally get to work on space. Spaceships, planets, things that are large in scope.
You know, reaching out to them and saying like, hey, I have an assignment. And there was like rumors that the artists always kind of talk to each other. So they were like kind of waiting for it. They're like, yes, it's finally here.
Yeah, I don't think I've ever had as large a number of the artist pool as excited to work on a particular plane or setting as this one.
The booster fun is just so incredible. The colors that it brings to Magic.
I think
The
Limited
lands
is
just
very
hit
good with this,
differently
actually.
here. I think like there's something about the vertical format that
sure.
we don't normally get with a regular
Oh,
I
Magic.
want
they've
all
changed
the
these.
lands.
Here space goes in all directions.
Yes,
so
this
like
is very...
it plays
So the
well to that
name
vertical
lands on the
corridor.
bottom.
There's so many like beautiful space vistas where like you just see the curve of the planet
think
on the
just like
card, and then you
Infinity,
can see like
I
ships
think.
fighting in front of it.
There's little spaceships zooming
But I don't
through,
remember
and the team really knocked it out of the
the,
park, just bringing lands to life.
the name being on the bottom.
Whoa, reading pool.
That's exciting.
That is so beautiful. We brought in.
Let's
the
go,
Shocklands,
Shocklands!
which brings them into standard.
Shocklands!
Super exciting for that reason.
The borderless viewport
my
lemons were
God.
this moment of you've just landed on a new planet and you're still on your
Oh my
spaceship
God,
and
look at this
the
breeding
door is
pool.
opening,
Shit.
the ramp is descending. So we kind of
Oh my God,
incorporated
look.
the interior of
Oh,
the
but it's
ship
on top.
as the frame.
Yeah, yeah,
But
so-
then the
So,
art is
yeah.
just this like window, and who's kind of framed and looking out the window
Oh, that's
becomes
so
exciting.
cool.
Just a lot of really good storytelling opportunities.
So we have a
Happy.
cycle of returning lands here, and I sort of pulled some little nuggets that I was seeing and turned it into a consistent chronicle
Yeah.
across them that basically just explores moons. Flavor text is a really fascinating storytelling tool. It gives you those little windows into the world. I like the idea that it
But yeah,
was a
breeding
peek
pool, about
into
12
a
euros,
grander
15, depending on what you get.
universe.
So
The flavor
hopefully
text
this brings
really
it down
gives
a
you
bit.
this sense of a world that is enormously
And
expansive.
When you
I'm
crack
starting
open
to
the
enjoy
pack,
flavor
you can
text a
kind
little
of
bit more
land
naturally.
anywhere in the
When we're
midst
sorting out
of
our annoying
what's going
collection of
on.
things.
Check it out.
with other cards.
Yeah, Celestial Colonnade.
Ooh,
Right?
wow.
Yeah, Borderless Stellar Sights card.
That's
I love
some kind
the
of
fonts
feel.
that the titles in. It really captures
Stop
that outer
moving.
space vibe.
For Stellar Sights, what we really wanted to do was
Mana
we wanted to
Confluence is
reduce
there.
the footprint of the frame on the cards. We
I think
did that by taking the
Lucifer
title
was in
down
there?
to the bottom half of the card. And then along the sides with the frame, it's kind of like a star chart, giving you that explorative feeling to it.
You get all these like cool, crazy planetary
The
shapes
gemstone
and asteroids
caverns,
and
you can
spaceships and things.
start
that
the game
frame
with it on the
showcases very
battlefield
well.
if you're not
And
the
border
first
I
player.
didn't get to read
stellar
that. I have to go
sights
back,
are probably
actually.
one of my favorite treatments.
High, we got
ever
High
done.
Market.
The roots of this art style are
Do
these
we?
like travel
Yeah, we
posters
have
that
High
kind of
Market.
came out of the 1930s.
We have the retro frame
It's
from
just this
Brothers
really
War.
interesting
Gemstone Caverns, that's
juxtaposition
the one
of
I
a
was
kind
seeing.
of anachronistic and nostalgic travel poster style with the super
The Nesting
new
Grounds
and
is also
novel and
nice.
futuristic science fantasy setting. That combination is a little bit dissonant, but in a way that's really interesting and cool and looks really new.
The borderless surreal space treatment definitely hits a lot of that classic
I
Magic
mean, the
vibe.
Cosmogorge
Honestly, this is my
sounds
favorite
funny.
thing I've worked on at
The
Magic
first one.
ever. The art influences
Terra Oh, the
Terra
Symbiosis,
Symbiosis,
really
yeah.
heavily into kind of 1970s science fiction art.
Draw
They're
mini
so
cards,
like
cards, draw
surreal
stuff.
and ethereal.
And especially in like such a bright palette that we
So
have
Exile is
here
going to be a big thing,
across
no?
all the like galactic
Yeah, I mean, the
clouds
whole
and whatnot. He
warping.
was just vibing with a lot of people in a way that I haven't seen before.
The Borderless Triumphant cards were kind of a labor of love and a really fun idea we had. It's where someone is exploring space and they're like looking out, and then they're framed
I suppose
by
you control
basically a
fluid
circle,
solution to
which could
other
be a
types
moon or a
of-
planet. And so
Yes.
each piece has a very similar
you gain
composition.
life.
I saw the Boros.
Oh, look at that.
Yeah, it's Boros
Guys, it's one of the
foods.
Borderless
That
Triumphant.
one.
Oh, that's
That one,
amazing.
This
yeah.
is a lobster chef. So see,
And
he's
tapped
tossing these little
ragus.
mushrooms.
Listen, I am very
I'm
familiar
sorry,
with
what's his
lobster
type?
Didn't you paint one on the main
Oh,
side?
he's a
He's
lobster?
a lobster.
Fucking hell.
He's got an extra point, so he's able
Oh
to
my
pause
God.
this sprig of time just
Look at him. Look at him.
I like the idea of him serving up nuts and bolts style
Oh
like food.
There's
my
a jello
god.
that's got like a
Yes.
whole rusty gear stuck in the top.
How
I need
about
a
just
man-
little
Amanda's
bits of blood,
Rakdos,
you
though.
like that
I wanna
here
do
and there? That could be
Boros.
very good.
Just
For
partner
this set, you
them.
don't want it to be too one note. Lobster guy making gross
Rule
food.
zero,
like,
partner.
Zach, way to go.
Now it's my turn to open.
Okay.
I'm excited. Oh, check it out. Right? Amazing sliver over.
Fuck the sliver.
Fuck.
God,
Tell you a secret about the
You can
Borderless
open that
special
in a
guest
normal
cards.
booster?
I
I'm not
would have made the
sure.
whole set look like that if if there weren't smarter people around me
I
to
was
like
sick
calm
and
me
tired
down
of
a little bit,
slivers
but that
from what
whole cover
M13,
style, the
M14,
idea of
where
people in the
every
1950s, what
standard
they
game
thought
I
the future
played
was going to
was
look
just
like,
play
because
all
really
the
like the
slivers.
influences of the
That
creature
slivers
design
you
at
control.
that time was
If you're
monsters,
going to a
people in
pre-release,
suits, like waving their
No,
arms
I-
really
I
awkwardly.
refuse.
So, like,
You
the
prefer
creatures
to
are
lose.
so
I prefer to lose to
funny,
slivers and play them.
and, you know, all
I
the fun
refuse.
typography.
We've all played the
That
slivers then.
series
It just
is
became just a giant arms race. Just
for
play
the
all
Japanese
the
showcase
cheap slivers.
Fracture Foil, it was a really exciting opportunity to highlight the art, the more kind of like anime flavored art style that we use on those cards. And
Oh,
the Fracture Foil is
Exalted
perfect for that
Sunburn,
because
that's
it's sort of really dynamic and really
Oh, yeah.
highlights the
Angel
movement and
Wizard.
the big monsters and all the excitement that's going on in those cards.
It's just so bold
middle
to
one.
see it in a pack. Like
Angel
you're
Wizard.
immediately
Oh,
gonna stop on that
we'll
one.
have to come back to
Yeah.
these after.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
pretty
Galaxy Foil is back for this set. It was kind of a no-brainer again. We knew from the beginning. You know, it's such a fun effect.
Galaxy
It's such
Foil?
a beautiful substrate.
I'm doing
if
my-
we're in
I'm
space,
moving
and
with
we can
the thing.
have the art have stars
Is it
and then the
Galaxy?
substrate
Is
have
it
stars.
helping?
Like, it's
No.
just such a fun, perfect moment.
I have never seen it look better, and fans are absolutely going to go nuts for
So
it.
can I just show this one off, just because the lands turned out so good in foil.
They
When
do
they
look
catch the
cool.
light.
I do like those lands.
Galaxy
Look at
Foil.
But
that.
as
Right?
usual,
Wow.
the new
Swamp.
lands take me a while to get used to.
Right?
I don't.
These look so good.
Yeah.
They're so good.
To achieve the magic
I just need the
look in
spacecraft
art,
for my
really,
command
the way
zone,
we
and
do
I'll
it
have a
is we
space team
work
deck.
with really incredibly skilled professional artists. So many of them are fans, so many of them are passionate. It blows my mind how many of them there are. It seems impossible to me that so many talented people could work for this game. Kieran, how long have you been painting for Magic?
For Magic, I think since 2005, around then.
So you did concepting for Edge of Eternities, right?
Yes, a lot of
That's
the
kinda
key
cool
art
too.
characters and then weapons and stuff like that. So no, I love fantasy, science fiction,
I will
space
need
opera.
to double check.
That was
like,
really
who
exciting
is
to work on.
Tezzeret? Why
Kieran,
is
something to show you.
Tezzeret?
Are you excited?
How is Tezzeret?
I think this goes.
Your
It's
cards
not
are all
connected
set.
with the story
Cool.
of
Aren't they
Magic
beautiful?
the Gathering.
Oh, wow.
It's
I'm not,
something.
yeah, I'm not well versed in the
Like your
story.
work is
which-
Something
so
else.
polished and incredible.
I always love
Just
using
show us the
economy stuff.
cards.
Just the way you manage
You
Fucking
have to
Especially for the
appreciate
set,
the
story,
artist and the
purple
work.
blue.
I do
Yeah.
appreciate the artist. I'll
Yeah,
appreciate more
almost
if I can
cool
see the
shots.
cards.
The cards!
Have the
Look,
silhouette
there's
kind
an
standing
art of
out
the
and not
cards.
lost.
It's called Aaliyah.
Let's get into it with that.
Alpha Real.
I mean, having one of
Those are
those
facts
bad
that you have
boys.
here.
I really love water and organic materials. There's just a lot of play that you can do. So you can kind of really get into kind of noodle heaven, I guess.
Yeah.
Being able to sort of undulate through colors and
Yes.
I don't know if he's actually. I'm not a 3D artist,
Space
but
kind of
or,
acts like a liquid,
But like
too.
using tablet,
Yeah,
having
it
a
really
ring
does.
on the hand that you're drawing
Sammy.
with, I feel like it's
Yeah.
going to scratch
getting
the.
work on Sammy was
scratch
was
the,
awesome. Similar
Maybe
to
just for the
Alpha Real,
video.
Kind of wanted
And
the
that's
expression
that
to
zip
be
over there.
pensive.
It's clearly
almost
just for the
cold,
video.
I guess, in a way.
It needs to look cool.
It's so exciting.
You can still look cool. Just you know, I'm worried the screen's
You
clear.
do a lot of character work for us,
I'm
but I gotta
speaking
say,
out of
totally
inexperience, but that's the first thing I
Thank you.
notice.
Yeah.
Yes.
Stone.
And so,
Beautiful.
look at that.
Wow.
That's killer. That's awesome.
That looks
Turn it round.
Once you
Come
have
on.
it,
What shot was that?
What is this?
What shot was that? Turn it round.
Also, that's a collect.
Oh.
Something that Andrew Brown, who is the lead designer of the set, often says.
It's like here's his
way
card,
better
and it's just
when
like.
we have fun using them. And I really believe that to be true.
I
seen
see
a
it
whale.
every day how much passion all my coworkers pour into this. We love Magic so much. Most of us got here because we love Magic.
Edge of Eternities is magic
that's quite
in
cool.
space. It's like all the things you want from Magic, but you're on a spaceship and there's an alien chasing you, and maybe there's an alien in your co-pilot seat and he's your best friend.
You know, that vibrancy, that richness of when you see something, you pick up a card and you're like, whoa. Right. That moment, to me, that makes it all worthwhile.
It's going to feel like they're traveling really far away, but it's going to feel like home for them at the same time.
I hope fans are excited to see it. I really do.
The promise of space means so many different things to so many different people, and it's new places, it's new things, it's new people, it's new planets.
And so I hope that that feeling of expansiveness and the care and creativity that was put into crafting the scale of the setting really comes across.
unique.
And I hope that the Edge is a place that
I think that's the cool
fans
Cuban
love
soldier.
to visit for the first time, and
Oh, yeah.
also
That
that our
does
first
fun
visit
stuff,
sort of
yeah.
piques their interest
the
to see
dragon.
more,
The
because
Hellkite,
we've
yeah.
built this environment in such a way that there's so much more to
Oh, I've
discover.
seen the card. The card is not as good as you think it is.
Play with star power.
There's a new Al-Qaeda. I've already seen it. It's not. It's made at best. Is that it?
Give it a second. Give it a second. You just gotta. You know, because this is where people stand up and leave the cinema, and you know they haven't even seen a Marvel film before. And like,
I've
oh my
seen
god,
all the Marvel movies and I know all the work.
That's right. Just
This seems very definitive.
no, you gotta, you know, and you go space.
This cannot just be it, can it?
I think that's it.
What?
I think that's it.
What?
I think that is the.
I've seen better spoilers out. Oh.
That is. Thanks to the 14 seconds ago. That's it. GG.
They didn't even talk about.
Yeah, no commander decks.
Yeah, they didn't talk about the commander decks.
Is there only going to be 2 commander? Yeah,
yes, there's
about,
two commander
there's 2
decks. They didn't talk about them.
That was it.
I've seen better spoilers out there.
I don't know. Really.
Get away from here, malware.
No, they can't see malware.
Weak, yeah.
That was. Did I feel shafted? Yeah, I guess later on down the line when they have us like more stuff come down.
No, but I mean, you've seen other debuts. This was nothing.
Yes, and I think I've seen more because of the leaks online.
Yes, exactly. I've seen more in leaks online than this.
See,
people are asking. That's it.
Well, I think we are just expecting a lot.
And we're expecting the normal that they are. I mean, we're expecting what they normally gave us.
That's true.
Give us.
But there's no commander decks, and
there are
there
are 2 commander decks.
No things, and no other.
The commanders have already been revealed in MagicCon, I think, Vegas.
Well, apparently there's an after on Twitch, so I guess we can check out there. It's over there, but no, I mean, yes, so there's people are wondering about commander, but in anything.
Okay, let's review some things. See if there's anything missing.
Sorry, let me get title card. So I don't really know much about Tezzeret. In terms of, but Tezzeret do some very naughty things.
And bring these planets to their knees.
And then title card. I'm kind of looking forward to this set. At first, I didn't care that we're going to space, it is whatever. But it's the leaks that I saw of the cards that got me excited.
Yes, and then it was like first I didn't care. Then I started seeing the leaks, and then maybe this is good. Now I saw this, and I don't care anymore.
I mean, I wanted to see the five
color
station.
Yes,
5 color space station. Yes. The five color space station, but we never got to see.
That was nothing. This was nothing.
As a human being frontier,
it's even like the cards that they show.
And language in the background. So
yeah, so basically there was like
storyline happening.
Nothing.
Like, hey, so this is when it becomes tap surveil 1, but like
nothing.
There's not much there. I do like warp because this is like a pan.
It's going to be in like an ETB.
This is a Panharmonicon.
Yes.
Panharmonicon. A Panhamamaban. On a
it's
creature
a blue
as
shieldred.
well. Because
it's a blue shieldred. Not shieldred, the other one. Elish
Norn, yeah. The fact that you're able to warp it in.
Yes.
But you can only warp if you can warp as if you warp as an instant. Sorry, because it doesn't say you can do it as a sorcery speed. So
I think it's still a creature, so it'll range will be ruled by the creature rules.
So it'd be like enters ETB, but then
if you have like a thing that you can cast spells as flash speed, I guess warp will also be flash speed.
I mean, if you can play this with a warp, then do all your ETB stuff.
Yes,
I do like the style of Vocalist. Is it like I can't remember the film. I want to say it's Fifth Element, the blue lady who sings, because she mentioned that opera vocalist. But
I don't know.
There's your dragon with millions of eyes.
Oh, that one I haven't seen, but I've seen the Alkite. It's not great.
Where's that lobster dude? Okay, Tezzeret.
That's my favorite card.
This one looks very cool.
No, the lobster is my favorite card.
I don't really play much with artifacts, though this can go in any artifact deck because it's like artifact tokens, right?
Yes.
Make a loyalty counter.
Can fetch for your soul ring.
So could you... Yeah, because you get an emblem... So untap target artifact or creature. If it's an artifact, get this. Search your library for 1 or less. So yeah, you said soul rings.
Moxes.
Moxes. Put it into your hand. for a -3 ability, that's kind of nice. Because then when you -3 it, get a Mox or get a 0 artifact, Omnithopter, for example, you get another loyalty counter on it. But I feel like the -7 you can get very quickly if you're able to.
I mean, if you're proliferate, if you can put cheap artifacts in and no one kills your thing yet.
If you cast Tezzeret.
It's a 3-drop, I mean. But it still requires some work. Even it's a 3-drop, enters with 4. You need 3 counters, so you need 3 more artifacts. Ideally, you should do this in the same turn.
Cast Tezzeret first.
Before Tezzeret is removed, because it's going to happen.
Get 3 treasures,
artifacts
or
on
get
the
3
board.
artifacts, and then -7.
Yes. At the beginning of combat on your turn. Oh,
sorry, look away.
Put 3 +1/+1 on target artifact. You know, if it's on a creature, it becomes okay.
So just create robots.
Yes.
Create robots. I'm liking the look of that.
Care
Yeah,
not
so
for
I
colours.
remember seeing is it Carvudo is law, but the lander token though.
The lander, yeah.
Like that's
for landfall decks, it's going to be great.
At the beginning of the next end step on your next turn, sacrifice it.
So you don't even need to pay. Oh no, you
No,
do.
you need to use it before it gets sacrificed.
Oh yes, you do.
Goddamn slivers.
I care not for Eldrazi's or slivers.
And Eldrazi is being. But when a creature leaves the battlefield, you can warp it. Well, draw a card, and you may put an opponent card with less than or equal to the number of lands you control from your hand onto the battlefield tapped. Very nice. The fact that you can warp that in for 4.
Yeah.
Nice. That's going in any deck.
And then if you have like a ETB doubler, you can do that twice.
Yes, you can. Oh, yes, you can. Cosmogoyf.
Yes.
That's just funny. They were talking about flavor text. Run. So I guess the more that you are, the number of cards you own in exile and its toughness equals to that +1. So if you're doing a lot of the warp stuff, and if you've got a ton of things in exile through warp, then
yeah, I guess.
Then you can.
But it doesn't have anything else.
And that's it. It doesn't. It
No
doesn't have
evasion
any,
whatsoever.
No trample.
Just
no
going
flying.
to be a big thing that can be blocked by 1/1.
Yes.
Essentially.
This is cute. A whale gets surveil, and you can warp it in. This surveilling is going to be quite a lot. A lot of these cards I can put into DC because that's putting
all the cards in from all sets you can put into DC
cards with
this year.
surveil.
This year.
Because I reached a good moment of I don't need to self mill because I can just surveil and do all that stuff. The whale's nice. Was kind of hoping. So just trying to make sure that I'm not.
So there was this big rule that's going to be changed because now legendary artifacts can, with the power and toughness, can be commanders. I was expecting something more than this one that had already been given in I think Magic on Vegas.
Yes, that's true because now
nothing else was given.
Because that's opened like 20 odd vehicles that can be now artifact
right now, but there'll be more coming now.
Which is kind of cool. But maybe there's another video that we can watch. Or some other info. I'm kind of liking Station. It's just to be able to put charge counters. Great for proliferate. Kind of great if you have creatures that are high enough to get it to a certain point.
Yeah.
I'm hoping that you can. Yeah, I love this set because, like I mentioned before, a Dino Crisis 3 dinosaurs in space. I'm getting all my dinosaurs to crew all my spaceship things.
I wish there was a
that's going to be such a good deck. I need to replay Dino Crisis 3.
Okay.
But anyways, yeah. If it gets to +7, then it becomes...
A 5/5 flyer.
Other tap legendary creatures you control.
They're indestructible.
Yes, including when it becomes a creature itself, so artifact creature. So, yeah. I guess it's kind of... But then once it gets to 7, then... Or whatever it is, it's just... That's it. I'm looking forward to that green planet land that is a Gaia's Cradle.
Oh, yeah.
Which is really cool, but you've got to get it to like +20 or something stupid. Is it 12 or 20?
I thought it was 12. No.
It's still a high amount.
Proliferate's going to be big here.
It's something like this as well. Where the planet is a land, you can station a land. But having lands that become utility. Which is pretty sweet.
Yes. It's a shame this is activated only as a sorcery speed, though.
Yeah. You know what else is sorcery speed?
No idea.
Yeah, draw a card equals its creature. Yeah, so that's kind of cool to see the lands. And then where is Lander,
Lander, yeah.
which I never really considered about Sue. Search a library for a basic land card, put it onto battlefield, tap and
No
shuffle.
longer did cultivate.
Yeah, I mean, and now you're
That's
making
basically a well, it's not a cultivate because cultivate fetches 2 lands,
yes,
but gives you a creature and a land.
yeah. So you can't go wrong
It's
with
alright.
that. Basic land card, that's really sweet, and you've got to pay 2. But then if you're able to, pay 2 before your turn, you have all the ramp you need. I like Lander tokens. Lander. I'm still trying to get used to the name Lander. Landor. I keep thinking in my head I'm saying flounder. But I'm not.
Flounder, carry on.
Be able to warp it. So it's good warp, blink.
Or a creature card with mana value. They do that twice, basically. Well, if you get to cast it again.
Basic planes. Yeah, that's kind of a nice thing for very cheap creatures, and also basic planes cards. Yeah, void.
Yeah.
If you're able to...
it's like a morbid thing.
Yeah, morbid or like the minus 13.
Yeah.
Minus 13 one. I think it's Tragic Slip or something like that. That's really cool. Wait, is this the one that I saw? Is this the one where you already saw? No, there wasn't this one.
They showed the card.
No, but they only showed it very... It's just that...
No, but later they put the card in.
Yes. The lands look cool. It's going to take me, again, a while to get used to this change. Because they're not from the top.
I want all of them.
You want all of them.
All full art.
All full art lands. They look very beautiful. Shock lands.
All of them.
My reaction before...
It's the best thing in this set so far.
I think I only have...
you have the Gruul one.
I have the Stomping Ground, and I think not the Sacred Foundry. I have another Golden Shrine for Orzhov.
Yes.
I remember pulling them from
the...
It's the Ravnica block when I started playing. I remember getting a few of them for boosters.
Which one is the Azorius one?
No, Orzhov.
No, but you have the Azorius one as well.
Unhallowed Fountain.
Yes.
Which we don't have, and it's not here.
Yes,
unless
we do
it is,
have.
Unless it is.
It's on my...
I know we have it.
Here.
But it's on this... But it don't,
likely, yeah. They're just not showing all of them.
But they don't have the Orzhov on here.
Azorius.
Yes, so... yeah, so it's kind of nice to see him back on a space theme as well, which is kind of nice. Wait, is this... Oh, yeah.
They show it, he's here.
The Gemstone Caverns. I say I like the art treatment better than the yellow from Mythic.
Yeah, I still don't understand all of that, but
So I'm down for that. And some nice cards. The artwork I dig. Symbiosis, sorry. When you get encounters,
that's a dragon.
You're drawing that. This is the Nova Hellkite.
I don't like it.
It deals 1 damage, creature enters.
That's it.
1 damage to target creature in the
That's it.
But it's flying haste. Flying haste, go bye, gone. Arch Enemy's Charm as well, to be able to choose one. I do like those modal spells. Well, gives you options. Cosmic Life, and of course this one. Draw a card. As long as you have 1 or fewer cards in hand, if you would draw 1 or more cards, you draw that many cards plus 1. And I don't know, maybe Flub's the full, because I know that one requires you to have 0 cards, but to some, this could be good if you have no cards in hand. But to me, 'tis not.
It is not.
I don't have a thing. Yes, Lobster. Love it.
Yes, that's my favorite card so far from the whole set.
Artifact you control are foods in addition to other types. So you can sacrifice a food. Sacrifice a food deals 3 damage to each opponent, which is fun. At the beginning of each end step, if you gain life this turn, untap him. So
yes, it's great. I mean, you're playing in white.
That is a food fight deck.
I love it.
That is a food fight deck.
See, I have the other one. What's Guillaume? I prefer this one.
If you're able to put Guillaume, him,
all of them. The one from
Amanda,
the one from Meltrain, the food golem guy.
Oh yes, yeah.
All together.
Yes, the food golem. Yeah, food golem. Yeah, put all the chefs together. But then, and get Kenrith. They are chefs to the king.
Oh my god, yes.
They are chefs to the king.
That's a great idea.
Have Kenrith and have all the... So you got Ragost. His name's not Bill. I recognize. He's like the gingerbread guy. When you sacrifice a food. Amanda, Guillaume, Ragost, and there's about and one of what other things that you can add for confectionery. I think that could be a really fun deck, and there's your theme.
Yes.
And I love Kenrith because Kenrith is one of those cool commanders that doesn't require
it doesn't require a team.
You can build him in so many ways.
Bernard.
Yes.
And I think with Kenrith, doesn't he have one thing that you can pay to gain life?
I think it's white that does it. I want to say. Oh no! I'll probably put
Target player gains 5 life, so you can pay. You can pay Kenrith to untap the lobster guy.
So it's that lobster guy. Okay.
Then, yeah.
We have some good ideas.
Yes, I mean you had it. It's yours, friend.
I mean, to do all the food, because that means Amanda can be changed.
Guillaume can go to your deck.
Guillaume can.
I've not been playing that for a while.
So right now, love
My
him.
favorite card.
Okay. The Esteli Reclaimer. Return target non-creature, non-land permanent card with mana value X or less from your graveyard to the battlefield, where X is the amount of mana spent to cast this creature.
So yeah, so he did 3.
So if you
and then
cast a
5.
Warp, 3 and 5.
Okay.
Okay, and we know about the Acolyte. I think we've read this before. Yeah, when you draw, create robots.
Yes.
Spells you cast have affinity for
Different
artifacts, which is very nice. And of course, Tezzeret, which I prefer the other.
I also like this one. I prefer this one.
Where's the ending?
This version is best.
That version
better.
is better than the other one.
Let me take a photo of this. I need this in my life.
That version is better than
Where
the
is
other
it?
one.
I'm going to take a photo.
Let me remove the good captions. Look at this guy. Oh, I can't say guy. Look at this fine specimen of a lobster citizen. We can go back to New Capenna and get all the citizen cards.
Yes,
Amazing.
it's great. It's great. I want him.
Look at him. Happy.
Fuck. I want this guy to be the commander. Fuck Kenrith.
Okay.
Don't care about Kenrith. Look at him.
So Boros.
I'll be very sad if I get the full art one.
So that's your thing. A Boros food fight deck. Done.
Why food fight? Why food fight?
Because you're throwing food at people.
I guess.
You're essentially throwing pies.
I guess.
Like school cafeteria style. You shout food fight. And it's 3 damage to each opponent too. And you can get all the red damage amplifiers as well. Hilarious.
Spicy food.
Now.
Don't care. Move. Everyone knows it. Pass forward.
Yeah, fast forward.
There you go.
Oh yeah, so we've got the Eldrazi as well. Yes, when this creature leaves, draw a card, and you may put a
that's the
opponent
treatment.
card.
The second one is nice.
Choose odd or even. Destroy each creature with mana value of the chosen quality. Then gain control of all creatures until their turn.
Yes.
So you destroy half the
and then gain control of everything.
And then gain the rest of them.
And aced.
Nice.
And swing for the win.
So like a not an act of treason. What's the other one? It's like a very better version of mob rule that kind of does that. You can destroy and take stuff, I think, and token doublers, which everyone loves.
Mm-hmm.
And for instead of the Panheim Monocon, you got like the Elspeth Planeswalker from Tarkir.
Yes.
Yeah, which is always lovely.
Yeah, we've seen this already.
The Shiny Land, which the lands again do look lovely.
Yes.
That if we get a nice foil tint to them, that's great. There's the Artist. Again, not sure about the ring and the pen, but I know it's for show. I don't know. Oh yeah, this one this one just annoys me.
That's killer. That's nice.
That just
beautiful.
That just reminds me of framing.
Wow.
Like
That's killer. That's nice.
Oh my god, that's so killer. I wish we can see it. Yeah, that's great. All right, cut the shot.
Sure hope so.
Yeah.
There you go. Whenever you play a land or
something that Andrew Brown.
I should get it on the screen.
Who
Go
was the
back,
lead designer of the
please.
set.
I'm not sure.
I think they show it.
They
Do they show it?
Okay.
Nope, they don't show it.
Yeah, they.
Whenever you play a land or cast a spell, draw a card. At the beginning of your end step, your life total becomes half your starting life total rounded up. Ha!
So it's nice if you're like in, I don't know, below 20.
Becomes half.
So
if
you're like on 5, your life will become 20 instead.
It'll always keep going back to 20?
Yes.
Okay. And I think that counts when it comes to life gain. You gain that amount of life, I think.
I'm not sure.
I need to double check the ruling of that. But 7 mana. That's kind of cool. Draw a card. Do cool things. Draw cards. Kind of wish we had so do cool space things. We like space. I think that's one of the leaks I saw. And then title card. And that's it. And then we waited.
Was a very mid.
We waited. We waited
best.
30. We waited like 30 stuff there. So far, I mean.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, it was gone. I mean, so far, I think with Ether Drift.
Could check Mythic spoilers for me.
It was
please.
a cool. Ether Drift was a cool set.
Well,
That's D&D. Mythic
spoilers. Edge of Eternities. It's like the fourth.
Okay.
There you go.
So this is what I've been paying attention to.
Is it appearing on the stream?
Let me double check. Yes, it is.
That's another legendary I haven't seen yet. Oh no, that's the one that I saw, the 5-color one.
Oh, this one.
Yes.
Yeah. That's the one you want to.
Create a tapped 2/2 cost reward artifact for each multicolor opponent you control.
If you're able to, when it attacks, you draw cards.
For each multicolor opponent you control. It's a 7/15.
Oh, emergency eject is a removal, but you give them a lander token.
Lander.
Yep.
We don't need the reprinters or shadow rings. Come on.
Yeah, it's always a. Well, actually, artifact removal. Just get rid of all your spacecrafts.
I guess it makes sense for the set, but we don't need more reprints of that.
I'm happy with that. Total Velocity. They put an artifact or creature card from your hand to the battlefield. That permanent gains haste. When this permanent leaves the battlefield, it deals damage equal to its mana value to each creature. And at the beginning of your end step, sacrifices permanent. Cool. I'm going to get Bear of the Heavens and stick that bad boy onto it. And finally, someone will let me get Bear of the Heavens. Finally. Whenever lander, sacrifice an artifact. Yeah. Oh, they're getting a bit blurry.
Oh, that's a human soldier.
Not this one.
Yes,
this is the picture we saw.
From the video, yeah.
Draw a card if you gain 3 more life this turn. Whenever it, Halia, or another creature or artifact you control enters, you gain a life. If one or more we saw the Exotic Sunborn, the battleship. There's one spoiler that I saw, one of the spacecrafts. If you crew it, it does 100 damage to something or everybody. Can't really remember what it was.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, there's a
Where is that?
Somewhere.
Why I have not seen that
I need
yet?
to find it somewhere.
Yes, you do, friend.
It's affinity for slivers. Slivers you control have double strike and haste. At the beginning of your upkeep, create 2. This is being removed. Every time I see this another thing, because I remember there was a blue sliver that gave slivers flying. From what I remember, old slivers gave the entire board benefit.
Yes.
But then the M12 or M13 slivers gave slivers you control.
Yes.
So every game I played was you played the red sliver that I think gives you haste, the blue one that gives you flying. I hate it. Uthros, 1
for
island
each artifact you control.
Yes, is nice. Command Bridge is great. I do like more lands. Like, yes, you have to sacrifice it unless you tap an untapped permanent you control. But that's good. Actually, no, I take everything back because it's an untapped permanent you control, which is nice because those sort of lands always like pay a mana. But no, you can just tap.
No, but it's still interstapped. It's not a great land.
No, but 1 mana of any colour. I like those lands. I like those lands. It enters tapped, but is 1 mana of any colour. But you can put that in the Wandering Minstrel.
I guess.
And there's Sonic.
We care not for Sonic. Well, we care, but we don't.
So yeah, that's kind of it, really. We'll end the stream there and collate our thoughts. Oops. But so far, from what I've seen here, this set feels like space.
Feels like space, but it also feels like mid.
Mid space. Space mid.
Yes.
At least with
I don't know.
The only thing with Aether Drift, I got really annoyed with that. Like, this is a set that is a race, but I didn't feel that I was
racing.
And the whole max your speed thing, I didn't feel that I was going fast. And I don't know. It's probably just a me thing, to be fair. It's like, here's this cool race, but
I don't know.
There's
cool. I mean, like any other set, there's good cards, but like Heather Drift, this for now is feeling very mid.
I think that we'll be using
me,
some
at
of the
least.
cards, but not going to be
I
delegating.
love Ragus.
Yes, this one, I will do anything in my life to protect it. What's that scene from Brooklyn Nine-Nine with Rosa and the dog? It's like, it's like I've only had. But if anything happened to it, I'll kill everyone in this room and myself or something like that. We'll end it there, I think. But so far so good. We'll have more spoilers later on. And this is our first stream on YouTube. Hopefully next time will be better. And I'm not rushing. Well, actually, I've actually not properly tested the microphone quality. But I think we're okay. Final thoughts?
Better not.
I hate this set. I hate it. No.
I don't hate it, but I'm as of today, with the cards have been revealed and the very poor video.
It was poor. It wasn't poor. It's like it could have shown more. But I'm hoping that there's going to be.
I'm not excited for a set.
Well, I'm hoping that when they give commander decks to some of the channels, that we can have a look, or more stuff from Gavin, because we usually find on the Magic blog website.
Yes.
But looking forward that the legendary artifact spacecrafts or vehicles can now be commanders.
Yes.
Which means make way for the RMS Titanic deck. That'll be it.
I will not comment on that. I care not for that. So I'm happy with my race deck.
That's everything until next time. We'll later. It's been 46 minutes. Ciao for now.
Ciao for now.
Thank yous.